where the sun-drenched shores of the Mediterranean meet ancient ingenuity. A simple yet profound culinary concept takes root. The year is 6th century BCE, and across the bustling city-states of Greece and the fertile Nile Delta of Egypt, the foundational elements of a global phenomenon begin to coalesce. Here, the everyday necessity of sustenance intertwines with the burgeoning creativity of early cooks, giving rise to flatbreads adorned with toppings. Picture the bustling agora of ancient Athens, a vibrant hub of commerce and philosophy. Amidst the clamor of merchants and the debates of philosophers, bakers ply their trade. They are crafting plakis, a humble flatbread from barley flour, water, and sometimes a touch of olive oil. These are not merely sustenance, they are canvases. On these rudimentary discs, the flavors of the Mediterranean are generously applied. Fresh herbs like oregano and thyme, plucked from sun-baked hillsides, lend their aromatic punch. Drizzle of rich, golden olive oil, pressed from local groves, adds a luxurious sheen and depth of flavor. Crumbled goat cheese, sharp and tangy, provides a creamy counterpoint. Occasionally, a scattering of dates or figs offers a touch of sweetness, hinting at the versatility of these early creations. Across the Great Sea, in the fertile lands of ancient Egypt, a similar culinary evolution unfolds. The Egyptians, masters of bread making, cultivate wheat with remarkable skill. Their flatbreads, often leavened with wild yeasts, become a staple of every meal. For the pharaohs and the common folk alike, these breads serve as both plate and fork. But more than that, they are carriers for a symphony of flavors. Crushed lentils, a staple protein, are spread across the warm surface. Garlic, pungent and invigorating, is finely minced and scattered with abandon. Onions, caramelized over open fires, add a sweetness that balances the savory elements. Even simple mixtures of spices, ground from locally grown seeds, find their way onto these ancient canvases, transforming basic bread into a more complex and satisfying meal. These early flatbreads are not reserved for special occasions. They are the bedrock of daily existence. They are the quick meal for a laborer in the fields, the communal dish shared amongst families, and the offering presented to the gods in temples. Their simplicity is their strength, allowing for endless variations based on seasonal availability and regional preferences. The concept is clear: a versatile dough, baked flat, serving as a foundation for whatever fresh, flavorful ingredients are at hand. As centuries unfold, the Roman Empire rises, absorbing and adapting the culinary traditions of the civilizations it conquers. The Romans, renowned for their practical innovations and their appreciation for refined living, embrace the concept of the topped flatbread with characteristic zeal. They call their version asterisk focaccia asterisk, a term derived from asterisk focus asterisk, meaning hearth or fireplace, indicating its traditional baking method directly on the embers. Roman focaccia is often made with a more refined wheat flour, creating a lighter, airier texture than its Greek and Egyptian predecessors. The Romans introduced new dimensions of flavor and complexity. Lard, a common cooking fat, is sometimes incorporated into the dough, yielding a richer, more tender crumb. Honey, a prized sweetener, finds its way onto some versions, particularly those intended as a dessert or a sweet snack. More commonly, however, the focaccia remains a savory affair. The Roman palate is sophisticated, and their toppings reflect this. Olives, both green and black, are a ubiquitous addition, providing a briny burst of flavor. Herbs like rosemary, sage, and basil, cultivated in elaborate Roman gardens, perfume the bread with their fragrant oils. Garlic, a staple in Roman cuisine, is used liberally, often roasted to mellow its sharp edge. Cheese, a wide variety of it, from the crumbly asterisk pecorino to the softer asterisk ricotta asterisk, finds its way onto these flatbreads, melting into a savory blanket. Even small pieces of cured meats, like asterisk pancetta or prosciutto asterisk, occasionally adorn the more elaborate Roman flatbreads, foreshadowing a later culinary evolution. The Roman legions, marching across vast swathes of Europe, carry their culinary traditions with them. The focaccia asterisk, in its many forms, travels from the bustling markets of Rome to the farthest outposts of the empire, from Britannia to Dacia. It is a practical, portable food, easily prepared and customized with local ingredients. This widespread dissemination ensures that the fundamental idea of a topped flatbread becomes embedded in the culinary landscape of numerous cultures. In the southern regions of the Italian peninsula, particularly around the Bay of Naples, a distinct evolution begins to take shape. This area, a crossroads of cultures and a bustling port, is a melting pot of culinary influences. The local flatbreads here, often simpler and more rustic, are known by various names, reflecting their humble origins and regional variations. They are the food of the common people, often sold by street vendors, providing a quick and affordable meal for sailors, laborers, and the urban poor. These early Neapolitan flatbreads are often topped with whatever is readily available and inexpensive. Garlic, a staple of Mediterranean diets, is almost always present, sometimes simply rubbed raw over the warm bread, other times sautéed in olive oil. Anchovies, a plentiful catch from the local waters, provide a salty, umami punch. Small, local cheeses, often made from sheep or goat milk, are crumbled over the surface, melting into a fragrant layer. Herbs, particularly oregano and basil, are used generously, their fresh aromas wafting through the narrow streets of Naples. The baking methods are rudimentary but effective. These flatbreads are often cooked in wood-fired ovens, similar to those used by the Romans, which impart a distinctive smoky flavor and a perfectly charred crust. The intense heat of these ovens cooks the bread quickly, creating a crisp exterior and a soft, airy interior. The concept is still fundamentally simple: a base of dough, a few fresh toppings, and a quick bake. As the Roman Empire wanes and the medieval period dawns, the topped flatbread continues its journey, adapting to the changing social and economic landscapes. In the Byzantine Empire, the inheritor of much of Roman culture in the East, similar flatbreads persist. In medieval Europe, particularly in Italy, the tradition remains strong, though often localized and less documented than the grand Roman feasts. Throughout the medieval period, the ingredients used for toppings remain largely consistent with ancient traditions. Olive oil, garlic, and various herbs are mainstays. Cheeses, often made locally and with varying degrees of saltiness and sharpness, continue to be a popular addition. The availability of ingredients is often dictated by season and local agricultural practices. Meat, when available, is a luxury, so flatbreads remain largely vegetarian or pescatarian in their toppings, reflecting the dietary realities of the time. The concept of street food, so prevalent in ancient Rome and Naples, continues to thrive in medieval Italian cities. Vendors sell small, individual flatbreads, often baked in communal ovens or from portable hearths, offering a convenient and hot meal to passers-by. These are not elaborate dishes, but rather simple, satisfying sustenance, prepared with skill and a deep understanding of local flavors. The Renaissance, a period of immense cultural and artistic flourishing in Italy, brings a renewed interest in classical antiquity and a refinement of culinary arts. While the core concept of the topped flatbread remains, thereatro is a subtle elevation in its preparation and presentation. Chefs and cooks in noble households begin to experiment with more sophisticated combinations of ingredients, though the fundamental simplicity of the dish endures. However, a critical turning point in the pizza story is still centuries away, awaiting the arrival of a single, transformative ingredient. For millennia, The flatbreads of Greece, Egypt, Rome, and medieval Italy have been characterized by their vibrant array of colors. The golden hues of olive oil, the green of herbs, the white of cheese, the dark purple of olives, the reddish brown of cooked meats. Yet one color, one flavor profile, is conspicuously absent. The ingredient in question originates not from the Mediterranean basin, but from the distant lands of the Americas. It is a fruit, initially viewed with suspicion and even fear by Europeans. Its journey across the Atlantic is part of the vast Columbian exchange, a monumental transfer of plants, animals, culture, human populations, technology, diseases, and ideas between the Americas, West Africa, and the Old World in the 15th and 16th centuries. This particular fruit, known by its indigenous Nahuatl name, *zitimatl*, makes its way to Europe in the early 16th century. Spanish conquistadors, venturing into the vast empires of the New World, encounter this curious plant in regions like present-day Mexico and Peru. They observe its cultivation by indigenous peoples and note its use in their cuisine. However, upon its introduction to Europe, its reception is far from enthusiastic. The plant, botanically classified as Solanum lycopersicum, arrives in Europe around 1520. It is a member of the nightshade family *Solanaceae*, which also includes plants like deadly nightshade, Atropa belladonna, and mandrake, *Mandragora officinarum. This botanical association immediately casts a pall of suspicion over the new arrival. Europeans, well-versed in the poisonous properties of other nightshade plants, are wary. The bright red or yellow fruits, while visually appealing, are considered potentially toxic. Initial European encounters with the fruit are documented in botanical texts and garden records. The Italian botanist Pietro Andrea Mattioli describes it in 1544, referring to it as *pomidoro*, or golden apples, suggesting that the first varieties to arrive in Italy may have been yellow rather than red. He notes its ornamental value, but does not recommend it for human consumption, stating that it should be used for decoration. Throughout the 16th century, the plant is primarily cultivated in botanical gardens and private estates across Europe, particularly in Italy, Spain, and France, for its ornamental beauty. Its vibrant fruits and lush foliage are admired, but largely from a distance. It is seen as an exotic curiosity, a decorative plant for the wealthy and the scientifically curious, rather than a food source. The prevailing belief is that the fruit is poisonous, or at the very least, unpalatable and indigestible. Folk wisdom and anecdotal evidence contribute to this fear. It is rumored to cause various ailments, from stomach upset to more severe illnesses. The acidic nature of the fruit, when served on pewter plates common among the wealthy, would leach lead from the plates, leading to lead poisoning, which further solidified the belief in its toxicity. Consequently, the fruit is given names like poison apple in some regions. Instead of gracing the dinner tables of Europe, the newly arrived fruit finds a different, albeit humble, purpose. It is relegated to the role of animal feed. Farmers, particularly in southern Europe, where the climate is more amenable to its growth, discover that their livestock can consume the fruit without apparent ill effects. Pigs, goats, and other farm animals are fed the discarded golden apples, a testament to its initial low status in the European culinary hierarchy. This period represents a critical juncture. The tomato has arrived in Europe, but its destiny as a culinary star, particularly in the story of pizza, remains entirely unforeseen. Its vibrant color and distinctive flavor, now so central to countless dishes, are yet to be embraced by human palates. For now, it is merely a decorative plant or a snack for farm animals, awaiting its true calling. The 17th century ushers in a slow, almost imperceptible shift in the perception of the tomato. While still viewed with widespread suspicion, particularly in Northern Europe, pockets of southern Italy and Spain begin to tentatively explore its culinary potential. The harsh realities of poverty and scarcity often drive innovation, and in the sun-drenched, impoverished regions around Naples, the tomato starts its gradual ascent from ornamental curiosity to a foodstuff. Farmers and peasants, often living on the margins, are less constrained by aristocratic culinary conventions or scientific dogma. They observe that the fruits, though initially feared, cause no apparent harm when consumed. They begin to incorporate the occasional ripe tomato into their meager diets, often cooked to mitigate any perceived bitterness or acidity. These early culinary experiments are rudimentary. Perhaps a few tomatoes simmered with garlic and olive oil, served over stale bread or pasta. The process is slow, driven by necessity and a growing, albeit cautious, familiarity. By the early 18th century, the tomato has firmly established itself in the gardens and kitchens of southern Italy, particularly in the Kingdom of Naples. It is no longer just animal feed, but a recognized, if still humble, ingredient. Its bright acidity and vibrant color prove a welcome addition to the simple, rustic fare of the region. The climate of Campania, with its abundant sunshine and fertile volcanic soil, is perfectly suited for tomato cultivation, leading to a proliferation of local varieties. Neapolitan cooks, with their innate creativity and resourcefulness, begin to integrate the tomato into their everyday dishes. Sauces, initially simple and uncooked, gradually evolve. The first documented recipe for a tomato sauce appears in Francesco Cirio's 1692 cookbook, Lo Scalco alla Moderna *, though it is a raw salsa served with boiled meat. By 1733, the Neapolitan cookbook Cuoco Galante by Vincenzo Corrado includes recipes for cooked tomato sauces, signaling a more widespread acceptance. This culinary integration of the tomato coincides with the continued evolution of the Neapolitan flatbread. The street vendors of Naples, known as *pizziali, are already selling their simple, topped flatbreads to the bustling crowds. These early Pete's * are still largely devoid of tomato, relying on garlic, olive oil, anchovies, and local cheeses. However, as the tomato becomes more available and less feared, it begins to make its way onto these humble flatbreads. Initially, it might be just a few slices of fresh tomato, laid atop the baked dough. But the inherent synergy between the sweet acidity of the tomato and the savory richness of the flatbread quickly becomes apparent. The vibrant red color also adds a new visual dimension, making the * pizza more appealing. The mid-18th century witnesses a crucial development: the advent of the cooked tomato sauce as a staple topping. The Neapolitan * pizziali discover that simmering tomatoes with garlic, olive oil, and herbs creates a rich, concentrated flavor that adheres beautifully to the baked dough. This cooked sauce, often made from the abundant San Marzano tomatoes, becomes the defining characteristic of the nascent Neapolitan pizza. The simple flatbread is transformed from a mere vehicle for toppings into a canvas for a harmonious blend of flavors and textures. The intense heat of the wood-fired ovens, already perfected for baking bread, proves ideal for cooking the tomato sauce quickly, allowing it to meld with the other ingredients without becoming watery. By the late 18th century, pizza, now frequently adorned with tomato sauce, is a well-established part of Neapolitan street food culture. It is still a dish of the common people, sold from open-air stalls or carried on the heads of vendors through the labyrinthine streets of Naples. The ingredients remain simple and affordable: flour, water, yeast, salt for the dough, olive oil, garlic, oregano, basil, and the increasingly ubiquitous tomato for the toppings. Cheese, typically a local, inexpensive variety like * Caciocavallo or a simple mozzarella di bufala from the surrounding Campania region, is also used, though not yet universally. The focus is on fresh, local ingredients and quick preparation. The year 1889 marks a pivotal, almost mythical, moment in the history of pizza. Naples is a thriving, albeit still largely impoverished, city. King Umberto I and Queen Margherita of Savoy are on a royal visit to the city. Legend has it that the Queen, tired of the elaborate French cuisine typically served to royalty, expresses a desire to taste the local specialty, pizza. Raffaele Esposito, a renowned asterisk pizzaiolo from the Pizzeria Brandy, then known as Pizzeria Pietro e Basticosi, is summoned to prepare 3 different pizzas for the Queen. The first pizza Esposito prepares is a simple one, with olive oil, garlic, and basil. The second features anchovies. But it is the third pizza that captures the Queen's imagination, and more importantly, her palate. This pizza is a patriotic masterpiece, designed to honor the colors of the Italian flag: red from the ripe tomatoes, white from the fresh asterisk mozzarella, and green from the aromatic basil leaves. Esposito, a master of his craft, carefully arranges these ingredients on the baked dough, creating a visually stunning and exquisitely flavored dish. Queen Margherita is reportedly delighted with this particular pizza, praising its simplicity and vibrant flavors. In honor of her appreciation, Esposito names this new creation the Pizza Margherita. This act of royal endorsement elevates pizza from a humble street food to a dish deemed worthy of a queen. The Pizza Margherita quickly becomes a symbol of Neapolitan culinary excellence and, by extension, a national Italian dish. Its fame spreads throughout Italy, solidifying the tomato, mozzarella, and basil combination as the quintessential pizza topping. This event is often cited as the birth of modern pizza, at least in its most iconic form. Following the royal endorsement, the Pizza Margherita becomes immensely popular, not just in Naples but across Italy. Pizzerias, once humble street stalls, begin to establish themselves as proper eateries. The art of the asterisk pizzaiolo asterisk gains respect and recognition. The wood-fired oven, essential for achieving the characteristic chewy crust and slightly charred edges, becomes a central feature of these establishments. The standards for ingredients are high. San Marzano tomatoes, celebrated for their sweet, balanced flavor, become the preferred choice for sauce. Fresh mozzarella di bufala, made from the milk of water buffalo in Campania, is prized for its delicate texture and milky taste. Basil, always fresh, adds a final fragrant flourish. The late 19th century in Italy is a period of immense social and economic upheaval. The unification of Italy in 1861, while politically significant, does not immediately alleviate the widespread poverty, particularly in the agrarian South. Economic disparities between the industrialized North and the struggling South are vast. Crop failures, oppressive land ownership systems, and a lack of industrial opportunities leave millions of Italians in desperate circumstances. The population is growing, but the land cannot sustain everyone. Life in rural villages is characterized by backbreaking labor, meager wages, and little hope for improvement. Urban centers, while offering some work, are often overcrowded and unsanitary. This dire situation, coupled with political instability and the allure of economic opportunity abroad, fuels one of the largest mass migrations in human history. From the 1870s onwards, millions of Italians begin to leave their homeland in search of a better life. This period, known as the Great Migration or the Italian diaspora, sees an unprecedented exodus from Italy, particularly from the southern regions like Campania, Sicily, Calabria, and Puglia. The sheer scale of this movement is staggering. Between 1876 and 1915, over 14 million Italians emigrate, and by the outbreak of World War I, nearly half of Italy's population has left the country. The primary destination for these Italian emigrants is the United States. Drawn by the promise of jobs in burgeoning industrial centers, the prospect of land, and the perception of greater freedom, Italians flock to American shores. They arrive in waves, disembarking at Ellis Island in New York, often with little more than the clothes on their backs and the hope in their hearts. Other significant destinations include Argentina, Brazil, Canada, Australia, and various European countries like France and Germany. Each country offers a different set of opportunities and challenges, but the fundamental drive remains the same: escape from poverty and the pursuit of a brighter future. These Italian immigrants carry with them not only their hopes and dreams, but also their culture, their language, and, crucially, their culinary traditions. As they settle in new lands, they strive to recreate the familiar tastes and smells of home. In the crowded tenements of New York, Boston, Philadelphia, and Chicago, and in the agricultural fields of California and the industrial towns of Pennsylvania, Italians establish communities. They open small shops, bakeries, and restaurants, catering to their fellow immigrants and slowly introducing their cuisine to the wider population. Among the many dishes they bring, pasta, olive oil, garlic, and tomatoes are central. And of course, they bring pizza. However, the pizza that arrives in America is not immediately the pizza Margherita of royal fame. It is, initially, a simpler, more rustic version, reflecting the ingredients available and the humble origins of the immigrants themselves. It is the pizza of the Neapolitan streets, often made in makeshift ovens or adapted to existing bakery equipment. The asterisk pizziali among the immigrants, though few at first, recognize the demand for this taste of home. They set up small operations, often in the basements of their homes or in the back rooms of grocery stores, baking pizzas for their communities. This mass migration of Italians, particularly from the South, is the final, essential stage in the pizza story before it transcends its Neapolitan origins and begins its journey to global culinary dominance. It is the catalyst that will transform a regional specialty into an international phenomenon. Without this vast human movement, the story of pizza, as we know it, would be entirely different. The early Italian immigrants in America, often facing prejudice and poverty, cling to their cultural identity through food. Pizza, a symbol of their Neapolitan heritage, becomes a staple within these burgeoning Little Italies. In New York City, Gennaro Lombardi, a baker from Naples, is widely credited with opening the first licensed pizzeria in the United States. In 1905, Lombardi's grocery store at 5312 Spring Street in Manhattan's Little Italy begins selling whole pies to workers during their lunch breaks. He uses a coal-fired oven, a common adaptation in American bakeries, which imparts a unique smoky char to the crust. Initially, Lombardi doesn't sell pizza by the slice. Customers buy an entire pie, often wrapped in paper and tied with string, to take home or back to their workplaces. The toppings are simple: tomato sauce, fresh mozzarella, and often anchovies or garlic. The price is affordable, typically around 5 cents for a small pie. Lombardi's success inspires others. Throughout the 1910s and 1920s, more pizzerias emerge in Italian-American enclaves across the Northeast. In New Haven, Connecticut, Frank Pepe opens his legendary pizzeria in 1925, initially selling simple tomato pies, sometimes with anchovies or grated cheese. Pepe's Pizzeria Napolitana, known today as Frank Pepe Pizzeria Napolitana, becomes famous for its distinctively charred, thin-crust pizzas baked in a coal-fired oven. In Trenton, New Jersey, Joe's Tomato Pies opens in 1910, predating Lombardi's official licensing, suggesting that informal pizza selling was already widespread. These early establishments are often family-run, with recipes passed down through generations. They serve as community hubs, places where immigrants can gather, speak Italian, and enjoy a taste of home. The pizza of this era, is still primarily an ethnic food, largely unknown to the broader American population. Non-Italians rarely venture into these immigrant neighborhoods, and the concept of a baked dough topped with tomato and cheese is unfamiliar. However, curiosity slowly begins to grow. Soldiers returning from Italy after World War I, having sampled pizza during their deployments, occasionally seek it out in American cities. But the real turning point for pizza's broader acceptance awaits a larger global conflict. The Great Depression of the 1930s affects Italian-American communities deeply, but pizza, being an inexpensive and filling meal, continues to thrive within these neighborhoods. Ingredients remain simple and accessible: flour, yeast, water, tomatoes, and cheese. The resourcefulness of immigrant cooks ensures that pizza remains a viable food option even in lean times. The art of pizza making, once a street trade in Naples, becomes a respected craft in America, with asterisk pizzaioli meticulously kneading dough and tending their ovens. World War II dramatically accelerates pizza's journey into the American mainstream. Millions of American servicemen are deployed to Italy, particularly during the Allied invasion and subsequent campaign from 1943 to 1945. Stationed in cities like Naples, they encounter pizza firsthand. For many, it is a revelation, a delicious, satisfying, and inexpensive meal prepared by local vendors. The Neapolitan asterisk pizzaioli, with their wood-fired ovens and fresh ingredients, make a lasting impression on these young Americans. They taste the crisp, chewy crust, the tangy San Marzano tomato sauce, and the creamy mozzarella, often alongside local wine. Upon their return to the United States after the war, these veterans bring with them a newfound appreciation for Italian culture and, specifically, for pizza. They share their culinary discoveries with family and friends, sparking a demand for this exotic dish beyond the confines of Little Italy. This returning veteran population becomes a crucial demographic, actively seeking out pizzerias and encouraging their proliferation. The war years also see a significant increase in the mobility of American society, with more people traveling and experiencing different cultures, even within their own country. The post-war economic boom further fuels pizza's expansion. The 1950s usher in an era of unprecedented prosperity and cultural change in America. Suburbia expands rapidly, and with it, a new consumer culture takes hold. Families have more disposable income and are looking for convenient, affordable, and novel dining options. Pizza, with its communal nature and customizable toppings, perfectly fits this emerging lifestyle. It's a fun food, suitable for family dinners, casual gatherings, and even parties. Technological advancements in refrigeration and transportation also play a critical role. The ability to reliably transport and store ingredients like mozzarella cheese and canned tomatoes over longer distances makes it easier for pizzerias to open in areas without direct access to traditional Italian-American suppliers. The widespread availability of gas and electric ovens, while different from the traditional wood-fired versions, allows for easier and more consistent pizza production in a variety of settings, making it feasible for non-Italian entrepreneurs to enter the market. The 1950s witnessed the birth of several iconic pizza chains that will fundamentally transform the industry. These chains are characterized by their focus on efficiency, consistency, and a standardized product designed for mass appeal. They aim to make pizza accessible and familiar to a broad American palate, often adapting the traditional Neapolitan style to suit local preferences. One of the earliest and most influential of these chains is Pizza Hut. Founded in 1958 by brothers Dan and Frank Carney in Wichita, Kansas, Pizza Hut starts with a small loan from their mother and a desire to capitalize on the growing popularity of pizza. Their first restaurant is housed in a small brick building that resembles a hut, inspiring the name. From the outset, the Carney brothers focus on creating a recognizable brand and a consistent product. Their original menu features a simple selection of pizzas, often with a slightly thicker crust than traditional Neapolitan styles, catering to American tastes that were accustomed to heartier portions. Pizza Hut's rapid expansion is a testament to its successful formula. By 1960, they have several locations, and by 1966, they boast 145 restaurants. Their distinctive red roof design becomes an instantly recognizable symbol across the American landscape. They pioneer strategies like dine-in restaurants with a family-friendly atmosphere, and later, delivery services. Their marketing emphasizes convenience and fun, positioning pizza as an ideal meal for suburban families. Another major player to emerge in this era is Domino's Pizza. Founded in 1960 by brothers Tom and James Monahan in Ypsilanti, Michigan, Domino's initially operates as Domi Nix. Tom Monahan buys out his brother's share in 1965 and renames the company Domino's Pizza, Inc. Domino's quickly distinguishes itself with a groundbreaking focus on delivery. Their slogan, 30 minutes or it's free, launched in 1973, becomes legendary, promising unparalleled speed and convenience directly to the customer's door. This emphasis on delivery fundamentally alters the pizza landscape, making it an even more accessible and effortless meal choice for millions. Domino's develops a highly efficient system for pizza production and delivery, standardizing everything from ingredient preparation to oven temperatures and delivery routes. This operational rigor allows for rapid expansion. By the end of the 1960s, Domino's has opened its first franchise location and begins its journey to becoming a global delivery giant. Their pizzas, often with a medium-thick crust and generous toppings, are designed for travel, holding up well during delivery without becoming soggy. Little Caesars, founded in Garden City, Michigan, in 1959 by Mike and Marian Illich, also plays a significant role in the standardization and popularization of pizza. Initially a single restaurant, Little Caesars grows rapidly, focusing on value and convenience. They introduced the innovative pizza concept in 1979, offering 2 pizzas for the price of 1, which proves incredibly popular with budget-conscious families. Their pizzas are often characterized by a thicker, softer crust and a sweeter sauce, again appealing to a broad American palate. Little Caesars' model emphasizes quick service and carryout, making pizza an even more accessible and affordable option. These burgeoning chains, along with others like Papa John's, founded later in 1984, but built on similar principles, fundamentally change the perception and availability of pizza. They move pizza from being a regional ethnic specialty to a mainstream American staple. Their success is built on several key factors: consistency in product, aggressive marketing, efficient operational systems, and a focus on convenience, whether through dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. The standardization of pizza production involves several critical aspects. Ingredients are sourced centrally, ensuring uniformity across all locations. Dough recipes are meticulously developed and often pre-portioned or even pre-made, reducing variability. Sauces are mass-produced to precise specifications. Cheeses, typically low moisture, part-skim mozzarella, are shredded and portioned in advance. Toppings are standardized in type and quantity. This industrialization of pizza making ensures that a customer receives a predictable product regardless of which chain location they visit, fostering trust and repeat business. Ovens evolve as well. While traditional pizzerias still often use brick or coal-fired ovens, the chains largely adopt conveyor belt ovens or deck ovens that allow for higher volume and more consistent cooking with less specialized labor. These ovens are easier to operate and maintain, further streamlining the production process. The focus shifts from the artisanal craft of the individual asterisk pizzaiolo to a more assembly line approach, where each step is carefully controlled to maximize efficiency and maintain consistency. Marketing becomes a powerful tool. Pizza chains invest heavily in advertising campaigns on television and radio, introducing pizza to millions of Americans who might not have otherwise encountered it. Catchy jingles, celebrity endorsements, and promotions featuring new toppings or crust types become common. Pizza is no longer just food. It is an experience, a treat, a symbol of family gatherings and good times. The rise of these large pizza chains also coincides with the growth of franchising. The franchise model allows for rapid expansion with less capital investment from the parent company, as individual entrepreneurs purchase the rights to open and operate chain locations. This decentralized expansion further accelerates pizzas spread across the United States, reaching even small towns and rural areas where traditional pizzerias might not have existed. By the mid-20th century, particularly after World War II, pizza has undergone a profound transformation. It has moved from the humble streets of Naples through the bustling Italian-American enclaves to become a ubiquitous and beloved dish across the entire United States. The era of mass migration brought pizza to America, but the post-war boom and the entrepreneurial spirit of figures like the Carney brothers, the Monahans, and the Illiches, along with the standardization of production, cemented its place in the American culinary landscape. Pizza is no longer just Italian food, it is American food. The 1970s and 1980s cement pizza's status as an American culinary icon, with chains continuing their aggressive expansion both domestically and internationally. Pizza Hut, by 1971, becomes the world's largest pizza chain, operating over 1,000 restaurants. Its iconic red roof is a familiar sight from Tokyo to London. Domino's, after its 30 minutes or it's free guarantee takes hold, transforms pizza delivery into a competitive industry standard. By 1980, Domino's boasts over 500 locations, and by 1989, it operates 5,000 stores worldwide, delivering an average of 400,000 pizzas a day. Little Caesars, with its Pizza promotion, continues to capture the value segment, making pizza an accessible treat for families on a budget. The introduction of personal pan pizzas and pizza by the slice further diversifies the market, allowing individuals to enjoy pizza without committing to an entire pie. Beyond the major chains, regional pizza styles begin to gain national recognition. Chicago deep dish pizza, popularized by establishments like Pizzeria Uno, founded 1943, and Giordano's, founded 1974, offers a hearty, pie-like experience with a thick crust, generous layers of cheese, and chunky tomato sauce. New York-style pizza, characterized by its large, thin, foldable slices, maintains its traditional appeal, with iconic pizzerias like John's of Bleecker Street, founded 1929, and Grimaldi's, founded 1990, continuing to draw crowds. California-style pizza emerges in the late 1970s and 1980s, pioneered by chefs like Alice Waters at Chez Panisse, founded 1971, and Wolfgang Puck at Spago, founded 1982. This style embraces gourmet, often unconventional toppings, such as duck sausage, goat cheese, smoked salmon, and exotic vegetables, moving pizza beyond its traditional Italian-American confines and into the realm of fine dining. Puck's famous smoked salmon pizza becomes a symbol of this culinary innovation. The late 20th century also sees an explosion of ingredient variety. While pepperoni and plain cheese remain top sellers, consumers increasingly demand more options. Specialty meats, diverse vegetables, and international flavors begin to appear on menus. The advent of pizza buffets, salad bars within pizzerias, and combination deals further solidify pizza's place as a versatile and complete meal option. Pizza becomes a staple at sporting events, birthday parties, and movie nights, deeply embedded in the fabric of American social life. The turn of the 21st century marks a new chapter in the pizza story, characterized by a dynamic interplay between continued mass-market dominance and a burgeoning artisanal revival. Globalization accelerates the worldwide spread of pizza. Domino's, Pizza Hut, and Little Caesars expand aggressively into Asia, Europe, Latin America, and Africa, adapting their menus to local tastes while maintaining their core brand identity. In India, Domino's introduces toppings like paneer and chicken tikka. In Japan, Pizza Hut offers corn and tuna. This global adaptation demonstrates pizza's incredible versatility and its ability to transcend cultural boundaries. By the 2010s, pizza is a multi-billion-dollar global industry, served in virtually every country on Earth. Simultaneously, a counter-movement emerges, the artisanal pizza revolution. Driven by a renewed appreciation for quality ingredients, traditional techniques, and authentic flavors, this movement seeks to reclaim pizza's heritage from the industrial chains. Inspired by the slow food movement and a growing consumer interest in farm-to-table dining, pizziali, pizza makers, begin to focus on handcrafted doughs, often fermented for long periods using natural starters. They prioritize high-quality, often locally sourced, ingredients. San Marzano tomatoes, fresh mozzarella, fior di latte or buffalo mozzarella, extra virgin olive oil, and cured meats from reputable producers. Wood-fired ovens, once a staple of early pizzerias, experience a resurgence. These ovens, capable of reaching temperatures exceeding 800 degrees Fahrenheit, 425 degrees Celsius, cook a pizza in just 60 to 90 seconds, imparting a distinct char and smoky flavor to the crust. The Neapolitan pizza style, protected by the Associazione Varese Pizza Napolitana, AVPN, since 1984, becomes a benchmark for authenticity. The AVPN sets strict rules for true Neapolitan pizza, specifying the type of flour, zero flour, the use of fresh yeast, water, salt, hand kneading, specific tomatoes, San Marzano or Pomodorino del Pianello del Vesuvio, fresh buffalo mozzarella or fior di latte, and baking in a wood-fired domed oven at 900 degrees Fahrenheit for no more than 60-90 seconds. Pizzerias around the world strive to meet these standards, earning certifications that signal their dedication to tradition. This artisanal movement is not limited to Neapolitan purism. It also encompasses innovative approaches to regional styles and new culinary creations. In the United States, cities like Portland, Oregon, and Brooklyn, New York, become hubs for independent pizzerias experimenting with unique flavor combinations, sourdough crusts, and hyperlocal ingredients. Chefs explore different flour blends, ancient grains, and gluten-free alternatives, pushing the boundaries of what pizza can be. Farmers' markets become sources for seasonal toppings, from wild mushrooms to heirloom tomatoes. Dietary adaptations become increasingly prominent in the 21st century. With growing awareness of food sensitivities and lifestyle choices, pizza makers respond to demands for gluten-free, dairy-free, and plant-based options. Gluten-free crusts, once a rarity, are now widely available, made from rice flour, almond flour, or cauliflower. Vegan cheeses, often made from nuts or soy, improve in taste and texture, offering a compelling alternative to traditional mozzarella. Plant-based meat substitutes for pepperoni, sausage, and chicken gain popularity, allowing vegans and vegetarians to enjoy classic pizza flavors without animal products. These adaptations ensure pizza remains inclusive and accessible to an ever wider audience, reflecting broader societal shifts towards healthier and more sustainable eating. Technology continues to reshape the pizza industry. Online ordering platforms and mobile apps have revolutionized how consumers access pizza, making it easier than ever to customize and purchase. Artificial intelligence and automation are beginning to enter the kitchen, with robotic pizza makers promising increased efficiency and consistency, though the artisanal craft remains fiercely defended. The rise of ghost kitchens and delivery-only models further adapts pizza to modern urban living, emphasizing convenience above all else. Beyond its culinary evolution, pizza has become a powerful cultural symbol. It represents comfort, celebration, and community. It's the go-to meal for a night in, the centerpiece of a casual gathering, and a beloved treat for people of all ages. Its versatility allows it to adapt to countless contexts, from a quick street snack in Naples to a gourmet dish in a Michelin-starred restaurant. Pizza has inspired countless songs, movies, and works of art, cementing its place in popular culture. From its ancient origins as a simple flatbread, adorned with herbs and cheese in the Mediterranean, through its transformative journey with the arrival of the tomato, its humble beginnings as Neapolitan street food, and its subsequent global explosion, fueled by Italian migration and American innovation, pizza's story is a testament to culinary evolution and human ingenuity. It is a story of adaptation, resilience, and universal appeal. Today, pizza stands as one of the most beloved and recognized foods on the planet, a delicious legacy that continues to evolve, bringing joy and flavor to tables across the globe.